Okay, now here's a fella in an interview that you're going to learn probably the most important secret you'll ever learn about getting free money on the internet. And the secret is Tuesday, 10 a.m. East Coast time. That's right. That's the most important thing to remember. And in the interview, you'll see why. See, because he went out and tried to raise money for a wallet for your iPhone. Okay, and he designed this wallet and things go, and he failed on his bupkis, so he couldn't do it, and he was going out and researching and finding out all these other things that he really had to know. And this is one of the most important things he felt that he learned from failing and finding out and doing research on it, before he tried it again, and it was really that time, and also that you build up your names before you start. You can't just, pull the switch and people are going to throw money at you. You have to have those names ready and who you're going to contact or whatever, because all these crowdfunding sites, it's a beat the clock game. You have 30 days, 45 days or whatever. And so you don't want to just, do your nice website or whatever and pull the switch and wait for the money to go in. And then when it doesn't, you have to get worried and, start thinking of things to do. No, you think of all that stuff ahead of time and have it all ready to go, so then those dominoes start falling as soon as that time goes. Because see, usually what happens, I think, in life, nothing really works like you think it is or like you think it should be, particularly if you haven't done it before. And that's the fun of life. You don't know. It's the experience. So that's why, to me, the way to survive is that you do enough planning that you could even think of, as much planning, over planning as possible, so you have tricks up your sleeve in case something doesn't happen. Because then if all those tricks up your sleeve don't work, then you could use that time to think of more tricks. But you can't start from, thinking of tricks the time the clock starts. You have to do it beforehand. So you have a lot of tricks. Just keep pulling. When it doesn't work, pull another one. Because, when things don't work, we want to, oh God, it hurts. When you fail, it hurts. And you have to lick your wounds, but you don't have time. And then you have to think of something else. So you have to already think of those other things you're going to do when these don't work. Okay, I'm going to try A. Oh, that didn't work. I'm going to try B when that doesn't work, or if it doesn't work. Because the worst can happen is that one of those worked fantastically, or the first one worked fantastically. And that doesn't matter. Because when it works fantastically, you know what to do. You get the money, you go to the bank. Get the money, go to the bank. Any idiot can do that. Any idiot to handle success. How are you going to handle failure? What are you going to do when it doesn't work? That's why you got to plan for failure. Don't plan for success. Don't plan that. Oh, I'm just going to flick this switch and all the money's going to, I better call my banker to warn him about all this money coming. That's a nice problem to have. Don't worry about it. Plan for failure. And that's how to succeed. So watch this interview. Well, Jake Ehrlich with BulletTrain.com, man, and you becoming a bullet train on Kickstarter and fundraising money. Man, it's just so amazing how you went on there like a year or so ago and failed, because of who knows why. I mean, you know why, but and then you made it because you learned some tricks, didn't you, about doing that? So what was the magic you could share with us about, you found out what's the best way to get on these crowdfunding sites?
Well, you mentioned the tips and tricks. We've learned over time that if you don't, this is our third Kickstarter campaign, and we learned a lot from the previous ones. And one of the things we learned was, I was at a Kickstarter funding party where they had people like me, offering advice. Right. And there was somebody there who said, on Kickstarter, if you don't launch on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, it would be a terrible decision.
10 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday. Monday, and why is that? Why is that?
Because Monday everybody comes in and they're getting caught up on work week and getting ready, and they're in that work phase. Where by Tuesday morning they're bored and they're on Kickstarter. I see. So they find it and they send it out to their friends. So 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is 1 p.m. Eastern time, so it's just perfect to get that traction.
And then you have the whole week to the rest of the week. It's not Friday and they're off the Hamptons.
So if you launch on Thursday, and and people are gone for the weekend, you don't get that critical traction. That's why we got funded in just over 4 hours. I think
4 hours. So like you were going after what, $30,000 or something like that, or 15,000? What was the first time?
Well, in the second campaign, in this campaign, it was what is it, Alex? It's $12,000.
Well, that was and you raised that. So you made your goal in like 4 or 5 hours, and raising it. I mean, that must be like, oh, what a sigh of relief! It must be the greatest feeling in the world. To get over the finish line, in 5 hours, and you have a couple of weeks left. And actually, this thing that you're selling, the Safe Wallet, I mean, it's really cool. I mean, I have an iPhone myself, and so I have to carry a wallet, carry all this kind of stuff. And you're a professional designer a long time now, and you made something so unique that I could keep everything just almost like on the backside of my iPhone that nobody even notices it's there, huh?
This is our iPhone 5 model, and when you close it, it's invisible.
Wow.
It doesn't, a lot of wallet phone manufacturers have wallet cases where the credit cards stick out the back, which we say is just an accident waiting to happen.
Right.
With the Safe Wallet, what you're doing is it doesn't even look like an iPhone anymore, or an Apple product. It looks like it's, I don't know, some kind of like Motorola or something like that.
So I don't have to advertise that $1 trillion company anymore. Huh?
This is our new product that we have on Kickstarter. For the 6 Plus, and as you can see, it's crazy skinny. It's really, really, really skinny, but it also has offers a pen as well. So you have a ball.
You got a pen right in there, so I don't have to have a leaky pen in my pocket anymore.
Exactly, and then it also has the new secret stash that can it uses microsuction, so it can also hold bills or anything you want to put in here that'll fit.
Oh, that's great. So when I'm running, I can have cab fare when I get tired at the end and don't want to run back. I can have $100 in there to do anything for the afternoon.
Hopefully you're using Uber.
Yeah.
You don't have to carry cash. The biggest misconception about the Safe Wallet is people think that it's a wallet replacement, like I'm going to replace my wallet with it.
Yeah. And
the number one, the greatest value proposition of the Safe Wallet is it allows you to go cashless. Because cash, like what's dumber than taking a $20 bill and buying a pack of Lifesavers or a pack of gum and getting back a 10, a 5, 4 singles, and a bunch of coins? Who wants to carry that around? Right. Nobody. So the idea is you keep a bill in your Safe Wallet for emergency purposes, and it's like a game, you try to never spend it. Now, that $100 bill you saw in my Safe Wallet, I've had for over 2 years unspent.
Wow, you're a cheap guy, that's why.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just, if I know I'm going to have to pay cash for something, if I go to a restaurant that only takes cash, which is very rare, I bring the cash separately and the change separately.
I see, right.
But in doing so, I'm not pack ratting and hoarding and carrying around a bunch of stuff that I don't need. And what's very common with people is they have wallets that look like a Big Mac. They're filled with older receipts and other people's business cards and weird stuff. And most people can get by no problem with having a credit card, a Visa debit card, a driver's license, and maybe some business cards, and that's it. You don't need anything else.
And that's what your wallet does. I mean, and that's what I try to do. But I still have a wallet that's so big, but separately I keep, just a handful of business cards when I run into somebody. And so with yours, with the Safe Wallet, I could put that right in with my phone, and you don't even know it's bigger.
Well, yes, and the thing with the Safe Wallet is you literally can't overfill it. Which is, it's the same as this is a weird analogy, but I say it's like having your stomach stapled. If you have your stomach stapled, you literally can't gain weight. It's impossible. Right. So and people say, well, why don't you make one that's bigger? Because then you're going to be able to pack rat and hoard stuff, which the whole purpose of the Safe Wallet is to force yourself to be a true minimalist.
I see, right. So you take what is necessary. I mean, I got so much crap in my closet I don't need anymore, whatever. So it's the same. So this will force me to just take what's needed. I need 2 or 3 credit cards. I mean, my driver's license and a few business cards, and that's it. Yeah, and you're giving me a pen and the key place. You're giving me a key place.
And you probably have a Costco card, right?
Right.
Okay. So the Costco card is a really good example. Most people, if they have a Costco card, they're carried around in their wallet, but they spend maybe 4 days a year at Costco. So where's the place you keep the Costco card? In your glove compartment, because you drive there. Nobody walks to Costco.
Right.
You're not going to walk to Costco and like carry back a bunch of
exactly.
stuff. So when you think about stuff like that, it really makes a lot of sense. When you really
and you're right, because most of the day, I mean, you see so many people, their phone is in their hands all the time, so you might as well have all the other important stuff right there, and you don't need bulging pockets or even a purse.
And, if you lose your wallet, normally with a regular wallet, the likelihood of getting it back is very low.
Right.
If you were to lose, and we get asked this question all the time, if you were to lose your safe wallet, you can call it with Find My iPhone to figure out where it is.
Yeah. So that's right. So you can always find that, and an old guy like me, that happens more often than I hate to admit. But another thing you learned from your first 2 campaigns or whatever, that you really have to have a list or something. The people, you can't sort of like start building your list once your campaign starts or anything like that.
Well, Kickstarter is far more popular today than it's ever been for obvious reasons. And the challenge is, in the early days of Kickstarter, like with the Pebble, for instance, there weren't that many campaigns going on simultaneously, so you were guaranteed exposure. But today, when you have thousands of campaigns going simultaneously, you get on there and they put you in silos 64,329 out left field, and nobody's going to discover you. So your success, I believe, to a large extent, is dependent on your social network. So having a bunch of people you can alert who are customers of yours, you can send an email alert out to and say, hey, we're launching now, and take advantage of this.
So you should do that work before you launch your Kickstarter campaign, so you're not doing it while you're launching a Kickstarter. But when we were talking earlier, you said how important the crowdfunding site was for you to get involved with your customers too.
Yeah. The power of the community is invaluable because it creates the ultimate feedback loop, which, as I also mentioned, isn't always very easy.
Somebody may not like you.
You're like with the iPhone 5 version, we were struggling, like crazy, and had people haranguing us and stuff like that.
Like that guy on the phone now, huh? Right?
Exactly. But we had a lot of people haranguing us and driving us crazy. This time around, though, the big advantage is now that we have everything together, we think that we'll have an even better interaction.
Hey, that's another customer getting away again. But that's nice to have, because I mean, to me, I always knew I could do a book on anything. I just couldn't think of the title. What do people want? That's what we're trying to do, is help other people in our work, and it's hard to really understand what they want. You only find that out with free feedback, and I guess crowdfunding is the ultimate. Otherwise, you're going to some investor, who's going to put up money, and you got to sell that person. You don't know if he'll ever buy your stuff anyway.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it really is, if you think about a big company like Apple is really a feedback-driven company, but they're a community and people are talking. I mean, the least expensive the least expensive sales rep and the best sales rep are customers who love your product, who become brand ambassadors, and they're so passionate about it they want to get out there and show it to everybody and share it with them, and that's really what Kickstarter gives you. It gives you that community where you can get people really, really engaged. And we have a lot of people who love our products, and they're like our cheerleaders almost. And it's a great way to communicate them. And we do updates regularly on the project, and people have a sense of involvement because they understand what you're going through and the trials and tribulations. As I mentioned before, we had some challenges. And we had some great customers who really helped us out and offered great advice, which was actually invaluable. And today they're back on there. Yeah, so we're so engaged with Kickstarter that we're going to have all of our product launches on Kickstarter And from what we can see now, it looks like we're going to be on Kickstarter permanently for the next year straight.
Wow, wonderful. Well, to keep up on all that you're doing, it's bullettrain.com.
Yes.
And you find Jake and all his products. And by the way, you have a kick-ass, keyboard, to help people out too. That is really fantastic. Yeah.
Bullet
And you
Train
can find
Express
out that.
keyboard platform.
Right.
So this keyboard. This is an Apple wireless keyboard and Apple's wireless Magic trackpad.
Wonderful. They could find that there, and all your future products. But right now, it's to get in on the deal, on Kickstarter for the iPhone 6 case, you could go to bullettrain.com, and that will get you there too, right, Jake?
Yeah, and so with Kickstarter we also offer the product at a discount over
Yeah,
retail,
that's what I mean.
so people save money. Which iPhone do you have?
I have a 5 now, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll send you a safe wallet for your iPhone 5.
Wonderful.
We have a bunch of different colors. We have.
That's awfully nice. Any color will do. And it'll be nice to run with, because then I'll have my business cards and some money and my keys there and a pen to write, because people stop me and they want to know stuff, and so it'd be nice to have that. Thank you so much, Jake. Pleasure to talk with you, and best of luck. And it's bullettrain.com.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you.